Damn. Them big booty Latinas be having your boy going crazy. Anyways, this Mike. Welcome to the channel, Football and Gaming, two of the most things that I love. And as the title says, we're going to talk about our female video game characters a problem. Simple answer, no. I mean, some gamers, won't play as females. That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, it's a male dominated space, like comic books and Star Wars. These spaces are dominated by males, as in like the consumer, the customer, male dominated. There are female customers and uh, consumers and all of that, but it's mostly male dominated. The thing is, I don't like when the go to cliche, predictable insult of of going after the gamers, basically the male ones, is misogyny, and that's what it seems to be most likely these days. And I don't like that. See, misogyny is basically the the hatred of women. Now you can't really say that for the male gamers. I mean, of course, there's going to be trolls and racists, yada yada yada. There's like a small percentage of that, on the internet, and it's not even everyone isn't on social media. Everyone isn't on the internet, spilling out their opinions and all that. I just want to say the answer is really no, simply because there are so many iconic and popular female gaming characters, and the male dominated space, which has mostly males in it, as I said before, made them popular and iconic. I'm going to read off a few: Lara Croft, Samus, Chun Li, Tifa Lockhart, Commander Shepard, Nina Williams. She's actually my favorite fighter in Tekken. And she also had got her own video game called Death by Degrees on the PS2. Katana, Joanna Dark, 2B, Jill Valentine, Ada Wong, Claire Redfield, The Boss, Cammy, Ivy, Tracer, Milena, Peach, Zelda, Sonya Blade, Cortana, Bayonetta. These are these are the ones I came up off the top of my head. But anyways, there I know I missed out on a lot, but those are just the ones I came up with, off the top of my head. But you get the gist, and I know that there's way more than what I had read off. So now, for all medias, I can understand where people have a problem with female-led characters. A lot of people say not believable or forced messaging agenda. Now for that, now for the forced messaging and agenda, I would say that can go for just about anything. And that can't just be specific to females. Cause if you're bashing me over the head with your message and like the agenda, whatever, eventually I'm gonna do the little eye roll and shake my head and sigh and just, oh my god, you know it takes me out of the movie or TV show or the game. You know, uh, another one another one would be replacing existing loved male character, and you see that happen a lot sometimes. Lately, and it's like, for example, the Ghost of Yotai situation, which is like the current one. So I'm sure that there's more, but I mean, I know there is more, but this is the one that this is most recent. People loved Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I loved it too. I would highly recommend you go play that. Like if you're not loving what Ubisoft is doing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you never played Ghost of Tsushima, I highly recommend you go play Ghost of Tsushima. Beautiful, excellent game, and it's just amazing. But people loved Ghost of Tsushima and wanted to see a second one with Jin, since there was a second Mongol invasion. I didn't really even know that. And when I presented this to my brother, he used to live in Japan, and he would say, "Well, oh, so Ghost of Tsushima sounds cool, but there was a second Mongol invasion." And then I also saw comments, talking about there was a second Mongol. So I was like, "Yo, okay, I would love to see, the story continue with Jin, you know." And I know that when Ghost of Yote got announced, people were like, "Well, his story was completed." Okay, but I would say this one goes to the replacing the loved male character. Simply because people wanted to see a second Ghost of Tsushima, and they wanted to see, Jin continue the story. Because there was a possibility, like that, there could be a second one with Jin. But they decided to go the anthology route. Now, there's nothing wrong with them doing the anthology route. You know what I'm saying? I would welcome it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, they can do a lot with the anthology path of doing the ghost type series if they want to make like a series, but do it anthology type way. Um, but there's nothing wrong with them doing that. So we just got to see we just got to see gameplay story. How the character is in that. But I won't touch on the voice actress. I'm not. We ain't touching that. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, there is no problem with female video game characters simply because these iconic and popular female characters, and I did my best to try to name ones back then, like when I was little, like back in the 90s, early 2000s, before this whole thing exploded with the, forced female, or, as people say, and, trying to, always shove that in people's faces. But at times it's not always forced female, or shoving it in your face. It's not always that. So if a game comes out and the character's female, doesn't mean that they're pushing the agenda or they're forcing it on you or anything like that. Hell, they could have just came up with, they could have just did it, like they created their story, and their character, so happened to be female. And I think that's how it should be. Just do your story and your characters. And don't like try to make everything, it got to be this, it got to be that. The checkbox is basically what they call it nowadays. So in all honesty, I feel there isn't no problem. The male dominated gaming space, it was the gamers that made these the male gamers, I would say, that made these characters iconic and popular. With that said, that's it for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Um, Name off some more iconic and popular female game characters. I know there's so much more, and and I would say that although the majority of gamers are males, we do love female gaming characters. We do. But anyways, let me know what you think. Also, name some female characters that are iconic and popular that I probably missed, which I know I did. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Yeah.